Hello and welcome. Welcome to my sample class. Today's card and message is creativity. So welcome. Today I'm going to demonstrate a mini session of pulling an oracle card with a message that is for you and how I combine that into the practice as we go through our yoga routine and our anasanas, the physical practice. So welcome. So we're going to focus on the idea of creativity as that is our message. And we're going to focus on also the pose that I chose for this week, which is the seated forward fold, which I also made a short about. So we're going to use those two together as we do this mini sample class. So let's start by getting ourselves seated. You can be kneeling, cross-legged, have your legs going forward, whatever feels appropriate. And let's take a deep breath in. You can close the eyes or gently gaze forward. Let's take a deep breath in, letting the arms gently rotate overhead. Allow the hands to gently touch, coming to heart center. We always start with just taking a moment to get ourselves in this beautiful, calm state of mind. So we can close the eyes, keep them closed, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, just intend that all our thoughts and observations from before are gently released. And we can also let those hands gently just come down and release them onto the legs. Let's take another beautiful deep breath in. We're going to become mindful on this breath. We're going to let the torso expand through the front, the sides, and the back of the body. And then mindfully just release, noticing how the breath starts to leave. Let's take one more deep, full, expansive breath here. And as we exhale, just finding ourselves centered and relaxed. And the eyes, of course, are gently gazing forward or closed. But let's be open to our card today, creativity. You are fully aligned with the powerful light of source energy and loving harmony with Mother Earth. Your creative energy is centered and flowing. It is now time to embrace this energy. So as we take another deep breath in, let's let those arms gently float up overhead. And we're going to add a twist. We're going to gently twist to the right. We'll bring that left hand to the right thigh, the right hand behind, planting it a few inches from the hips. We're lengthening through the torso as we take a deep breath in, bringing in that energy, that creative flowing energy. Exhaling, imagining we're releasing anything that we don't need. We can start to gaze over the shoulder towards the back of the room or the back of the mat. Let's continue. Strong core, deep breath in, bringing the torso back through center. Let those arms lengthen to the sky. And then we're going to twist the opposite direction to that left, bringing the right hand to the left thigh, and then the left hand by the hip. Again, we're lengthening, keeping that strong core, and gently exhaling, gazing over the shoulder. Let's take another beautiful deep breath in, lengthening. And as we exhale, completely surrendering, we'll come back through center. Let's use those core muscles. So we're imagining, if we can't quite feel it, belly button to spine, inhaling, taking that deep breath in. And then if the legs are crossed, we're going to bring our legs forward. So making sure we're in our Paschimottanasana. So from here, bringing those arms overhead, lengthening through the legs, a little bend in the knees so they're not locked. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to fold forward. Let the hands for this one land wherever. Maybe on the shins, maybe they're towards the knees. Maybe we can grab the feet. It's not important. You just go wherever feels appropriate. Then we take that deep, full breath in as we slightly come out. And then with the exhale, we just let ourselves release. Let the chin come to the chest as we fully surrender in this forward fold. We'll stay here for just a moment. So as we're here, no, don't mind me, I have to not lose my earphones, but you're going to stay in your forward fold here. Let's take 3 deep breaths. So that deep, full inhale, imagine the entire torso is expanding and maybe coming slightly away from the floor. And then with the exhale, we just imagine we can reach or just go that little bit deeper. Let's take just another beautiful deep breath in. Let the torso expand. Again, intending that we're releasing, letting go as we exhale, just finding that space. One more deep breath here. And as we come through that exhale, making sure it's nice and long and exaggerated, we're going to start to prepare. We'll start to gently come back up through seated. And then we're going to balance this out with a stretch into the shoulders. So if you have a strap, great. If not, no worries. I'll give you a couple options here. But we're going to stretch into our triceps. So again, the legs can stay forward, lengthened, cross the legs, whatever feels appropriate. We're going to come into our triceps. So the first option without a strap, let's start by bringing that right arm towards the sky. We're going to bend at the right elbow. So the right hand's coming behind us, the elbow's towards the ceiling, and then we can use that left hand to gently encourage that right elbow towards the midline of our body. So we're starting to feel that into the triceps, maybe into the bicep. Maybe imagining we can walk those fingers, so the right finger's down the spine, and then we're keeping our chest level, chin level, so we're avoiding the chin to the chest. Chest is open, beautiful deep stretch here. Stay here. If you've got your strap, we grab the strap with the same hand, so with that right hand. Left hand comes away from us and around as we grab the bottom part of the strap. And then we start to walk our hands towards each other, lengthening and opening through the torso. Deep breath in. So we'll take that deep, full breath in, opening up, again, making sure our chin is level. And then as we exhale, maybe imagining if we have the strap or not, that we can lengthen and get that right elbow just a little bit straighter. Let's take one more breath into the chest, into the upper body. And then as we exhale, we'll gently release. Take a moment, shake it out. So we'll come back. Let's do another forward fold. So once again, we're going to bring our legs straight out. This time, again, if you don't have a strap, we're just going to repeat what we did before. Or if you've got your strap, we're going to place the strap around the tops of our feet. So again, we're going to be sitting up nice and tall. Move the flesh from the seated bones, lengthen through the torso. We're going to start this time in our Dhanurasana. That's making a 90-degree from our torso to our hips. So we lengthen, sitting tall. Imagine we've got this beautiful, strong 90 degrees. The hands can plant by our hips, lengthening. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently grab our strap, place it around the tops of the feet. Let's take a deep breath in, a little bit of a back bend, maybe opening the chest towards the sky, gazing to the ceiling. And then as we exhale, this time we want to really exaggerate. We're bending from our hips. So we start to come forward from the hips. The knees have a bend. Gazing again towards the toes or the feet. Deep breath in. With the exhale, imagine we can just bend that a little bit more. All the movement we want it to come from the hips to begin with. We want to try to imagine our spine is completely flat, like it's a piece of wood, and it can't bend. So we're just having all the bending from the hips. We're also mindful that we're not locking the knees, so the knees have a little bend, and we might be pushing through the heels. Let's take one more breath here. Inhaling, coming slightly out, and then just really exaggerate bending from the hips as we come forward just for this last moment. And then you can release the strap and let yourself melt forward. So we're going to stay here, catching our breath, that deep inhale. The exhale, maybe imagining we can just go that little bit more forward. Staying here, we take another beautiful deep breath in, knowing that it is time now to embrace our creative energy. We might be an artist, a writer, a speaker, dancer, or a healer. But each time, every day that you use your creativeness in a way that you are grounded and connect through the divine source. When you align with the source, your creative juices flow in abundance. So you just take another deep breath in, maybe imagining we're bringing this beautiful creative flow. As we exhale, let's just imagine someone squeezing out that last little bit of air as we just imagine we can get a tiny bit closer to our legs. And then slowly bring yourselves back up through seated. We're going to do one more stretch into the arms. We're going to do the other shoulder and the other tricep stretch. So again, we can come back, you can cross those legs, keep them stretched forward, whatever feels good. This time we'll make that left hand come towards the ceiling. If we don't have the strap, we're going to bend at the elbow, imagining the elbow is coming towards the ceiling, and then we'll use that right hand to gently assist, bringing the right elbow towards the midline of the body and feeling that stretch into the upper back, the chest, again, avoiding the chin towards the chest. Or using that strap, grabbing the strap with the left hand, right hand, palm away from us as we grab the bottom part of that strap. So, gotta catch that there. And then gently walk those hands together. If you're super flexible, you can, of course, interlace the fingers. Take another beautiful deep breath into the torso, breathing in that beautiful creative energy, that powerful light. Knowing that when we're grounded, we can just ooze that beautiful creative juices, just flow with ease and grace. Take another beautiful deep breath in, maybe just contemplating on how we can just add a little bit of our creative juices to this pose. And then as we exhale, once again, we'll gently release the strap if we've got it, or release the elbow with that right hand. Take a moment, shake it out. Let's do one more forward fold. We're not going to use the bolster. We're going to come into a child's pose this time to finish up. And then that's going to be the end of our mini session. So slowly allow yourself to come through to all fours. We'll open up our knees nice and wide. Let the seated bones come back towards the heels as we let the toes touch. Let the arms come out long. See if you can let the head come right to the floor so the head is completely supported. If it doesn't quite reach, no worries. Just go as deep as feels appropriate here in our child's pose. And then making sure we release the head. We're going to stay here and take 3 deep breaths. So again, just that beautiful deep inhale. Just let the torso expand, noticing how we're coming away from our legs. And then the exhale, imagine maybe we can walk those fingers a little further away. Maybe we can release, or just if we find there's a little bit of space to move into. 2 more of these focused breaths, bringing in that beautiful deep breath. Notice how the torso in the front, the sides, and the obliques all expand with the breath, and then the exhale just takes us that little bit deeper. So we take one final deep breath in, really exaggerate as we exhale that it's as long as possible. And as we hold for just another moment, just bring in our card, again, that beautiful idea of our creativity, that we are aligned with this powerful energy, and we are being called today to be inspired by it, to go into it, to connect and ground. So when we're aligned with Source, our creative energies can flow so we can create the new world that we want to see happen. So maybe we can, as we take a next breath in, we bring in a positive I am phrase around creativity. So maybe we bring in a positive I am creative and flow with inspiration. I am creative and flow with inspiration. I am creative and flow with inspiration. We can let that go, and from this forward fold in this child's pose, we'll gently start to push ourselves away from the floor. And then we come through and we come into our lying position, our savasana, and that's always how we finish our practices. So gently break your way down to lying on the mat. You can hug the knees into the chest. If it feels good, rock it out, and then gently bring yourself into your savasana, corpse pose, where you just let the legs open, let the entire torso be supported by the floor, tuck the chin. And then here you can stay for a number of deep breaths as we allow ourselves to release. Normally in a class, I bring you back into some focused breath work, and again, some more focus on our message. This would be our creativity message. So while we're here and we've got our eyes closed, again, we might see that positive I am creative and in flow with that inspiration. We might see those words come across our mind's eye. I am creative and flow with inspiration. And maybe it's like someone's writing it gently across your mind's eye, or maybe it's being typed. And you see it one more time. I am creative and flow with inspiration. And then those words gently just dissipate off into the distance. And then you can stay here as long as you need to in this beautiful, relaxed state. And when you're ready to come back, just take a deep breath in, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll over to your right, take a moment in recovery, and then gently make your way back to seated. And we always finish, even if I'm doing a little demo, we always finish with taking the time to thank ourselves for practicing. Deep breath in, reach those arms one final time overhead. Let the hands come to the heart center. And of course, we finish with namaste. The light within me acknowledges and sees the light within you. Namaste. As I lose my earphones. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you are interested in your own personal one-on-one or your own card reading, information is in the description box below. Have a great one, and I will see you again next time. Hola.